Hello everyone, and today I'm back with another one, and I wanted to show you some of the plugins that I use in Figma on a daily basis. These plugins are extremely useful and I recommend anyone to use these plugins if you're not using them already. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first one I want to show you is called HTML to Design, and it's this one over here. You can type it as well. And it's important to get the name right of the developer and also the plugin. So let's just tap on this one, and this one allows you to actually convert a website into a Figma file. So let's go with figma.com. I'll just type in the URL here and then I'll go import and let's see what we get. It's going to take a couple seconds. Okay, so we are done, and it's just saying that there are some fonts that are missing, but we can just ignore that and hit go. And it should finish it soon now. And there we go. So we got a fully functional website with images, with everything. And we got even the layers here. So like if I want to select this, hold down Command, and I can just go to the layer. How cool is that? This way you can like really play around with these websites and see how they're built and what kind of, like for example, this one is a section, and then there's like a region and container. You can see how they're structured in the layer section, and you can do a lot obviously with this. Next up we have a plugin called Content Reel. So let's search for it. Content Reel. It's this first one over here. And if I just select this, right, I've got a frame here, and let me show you what you can do with this website. So first of all, let me just arrange this in a better way so we can like do this in real time. So basically what this plugin is, it's just a collection of different kinds of, like as the name suggests, like content, you know. So you have text, you have image, you have icon, you have other like if you want to create your own text or image content, you have that. But the one that I mostly use, like if let's say I have a piece of text over here and I just have just a basic one, right? So I have this, right? So now I want to add a name to this one. So I can just hit full name and it'll add a name. And then let's say I have another one, hold down Option. I want to add lorem ipsum. I could do that, and it'll add a really long lorem ipsum, and you can obviously do this and make it shorter. And then we've got more options here. So let's assume this is a profile of a person, and we need some generic like info, so we can have a full address, we can have email, and then make one more. We can have let's say a phone number, you know, company, whatever the case may be. And this way we can quickly like populate this and make a generic like wireframe or whatever the case may be. And it is super easy to do. And if you want to keep changing the name, just keep hitting it and it'll hopefully give you different names. And also a feature that I really like, let's say we have a rectangle here, I can just add an image to this one. And I have a few options over here. Let's go with a female. And yeah, so let's say this is a profile that we're making, and you can see how quickly I was able to like do this. I can just create this person's profile. I can change this font to something different if I want to. You know, it's all up to me. I can change the font. I can play around with this, you know. And let's say I want to make this way bigger. So if I go 120, you know, I mean, it's not like ideal. Obviously, font size is way too big, but this is just for demonstration purpose. Okay, so this was the second one. Now let's move on to the next one that I want to show you, and it's similar to what we just did, but It's another option, and options are always great. So it's called Pexels, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with Pexels, but Pexels is an awesome um, plugin. They've got a bunch of images here, and you could just select a shape, and you have all these like options over here. So you can just select the one you want, and it's super easy to do. And yeah, I really like it. I really like this one. So I'm gonna keep it like this. So if you want to add pictures or whatever the case may be, Pexels is the way to go. Then I have another interesting one. So let's say, let me just, okay. I will just drag this over here and I will convert this into an auto layout. I will add a color to it, and then I will drag another one, and you'll see why I'm doing this in a little bit. Let's just imagine these are buttons, okay? I'm not gonna style them too much because that's not what we're here for. But okay, we have these buttons. So let's run this plugin first. So it's called Stark. All right, and it is a contrast checker. So accessibility, accessibility is a very important topic. And I can just, like if I select something and I can just hit contrast and it'll tell me if it passes the accessibility guidelines according to WCAG. So, as we can see, this one does not fully pass them. It's AA, which is good enough, I guess, but if you want AAA, let's check this one. This one does not pass it at all. And then finally, this one is the best one. So if you want to check contrast really quickly, you can do that. You have other options as well here. I mostly just do contrast, but you also have touch targets. I'm not signed in right now from this account, but you have a lot of like options over here, of course, and it is a very well recommended plugin that you should be using for your work. So the next one I want to show you is related to icons. So let's say you want to add icons quickly. So this one is called Material Design Icons. And the reason why I love this one is I'll show you why. So you have all these options. You have filled, outlined, rounded, sharp, two-tone. So let's say if I wanted to select two-tone, I can change the color to a blue. I can even change the size to 24. And I have all these options. I can just start adding these, maybe add these in a different size as well. Look at how cool this looks. This is a little bit small for our frame, which is huge. But I can quickly add these icons and it's super convenient. I can even change the shapes, the size, everything, format. So it's a really well recommended plugin. Next, I have another one for you guys. It's called illustrations, and we all need graphical elements for our work. And this one is great for that because it has all these artists, right? So I can select 3D and I can just add this illustration and it's got a ton of them, and it's just like so cool. And then you also have the more famous ones by Pablo Stanley. You got Open Doodles, for example. It's super, super convenient, and I can't stress enough how convenient this is for my work personally. Like if I want to quickly add something, if I want to do something with my work, I have the option at my fingertips. So yeah, I definitely recommend. I know this is getting a little bit messy, but I'm just trying to show you guys how this is done. Anyway, the next one is called Beautiful Shadows, and let us see why it is a great plugin. So let's just close this one. I select this button and I go beautiful shadows. Now I have these installed, but you would have to obviously run them first for these to work. But basically this is a shadow, it adds a shadow, but the cool thing about this one is that the shadow you can actually manipulate. You can see that the button's shadow is being manipulated in real time. So if I don't like the direction, I can change it. I also have other options, so I can change it from here as well. I'm just using my arrow keys for this, but let's say I want it to be 100 degrees. It'll do that for me. It also can change, I believe this is the density, or sorry, the distance, and this is the opacity. So if I want to just for fun, I want to keep it 100% or 10%. And also we have this third option. This has to do with the blur amount. So let me show you. Like if I put it at 0%, you know, the blur is not there. But then if I put it at 10, if I go up to like 70, like you can change the, or like the spread of the shadow with this as well. So, you know, this is a very convenient plugin for adding shadows. So I recommend that one as well. Next, we have another one called Figmoji. Now we all need emojis sometimes, and there's a bunch of ways of doing this, but I like this one. I think it's just looks friendly and colorful, and I just like how easy it is to like browse my emojis with this one. Just drag them here and you'll just have them. Wait, where did it go? Yeah, here. So if you want to add something quickly, you can using this one. And it's just a super convenient way of like adding emojis, and it's just, I really like this one. So that's why I'm recommending this one. Let's try to add another one. And it'll sometimes place it in the middle of nowhere, but then again, like you can just copy paste. And I think it's very cool as well. Let's see if you can like resize this. So yeah, you can definitely resize these and make these bigger if you want to. So yeah, this is also a very recommended plugin. Okay, this next one I will, first of all, add a picture to this one for this to work properly. So let's just add this person over here, or maybe this one. All right. And did I add two? Okay, it doesn't really matter because I just want to show you. Okay, so I have this picture selected, right? And now if I come here to icons 8 background remover, I can select this one and hit remove background. So sometimes you just have to crop a person out of a picture, and it's a very useful plugin. I don't know, like for example, for my work, I have to do this all the time, so this plugin comes in really handy. Now I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it is a little bit finicky. So if it does not work the first time around, do it again, and it does work eventually. So if you don't have any other paid software or any other alternative to this, I suggest that you use this plugin right here, and I think it works really well most of the time. As you can see here, it's completely removed the background, and I can just take this picture and I can just place it here. Whoops. Trying to resize it. Hold down shift. And I have a person now that is just, it looks nicer, doesn't it? Like it looks cleaner and it just looks better. So next up, we have another one, and it's to do with lorem ipsum. Now this one I really like. It's lorem ipsum by Div Riots. And the reason why I like this one, I'll show you, is that you have more control. So if you want sentences, if you want paragraphs, let's say if you want 3 paragraphs, you can just say generate, and you also have options over here, so you can do different kinds of lorem ipsums. So I have pizza ipsums selected, so let's hit generate. So as we can see, it has given me 3 paragraphs worth of text, and it's pretty handy. It's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely check that one out. And the last one that I want to show you, let me just undo this. This one is also cool if you want to style things real fast. It's called blobs. Now, blobs you can make yourself as well, of course, but if you want to save some time, you can use this app. You can you get a preview of the blob that you're making, and you have so many different cool shapes. Like for example, if I want this one, I can just add this. Then if I want maybe something more softer, maybe I have this. So this way you can just add these and then add like a random color to this just to make things more interesting, you know. Like I think it's a very convenient way of like styling your work, and I definitely recommend this. Like I use this app a lot. I really enjoy it. I mean, this plugin, I'm sorry. But yeah, I really enjoy it and I recommend it 100%. So if you want to give your wireframe or website some interesting looking shapes, you can do that with this one. So I typically just use this as a gradient, and it's super easy, super convenient to do it like this. You know, you just select a color and you basically have something real fast. You don't have to and you can like keep creating these blobs, and it's free and it's awesome, you know. Like and just like that, we're able to add some visual flair to our poster, our profile, and we can move these around obviously, and we have full control over these. So definitely recommend this one, and this one is amazing as well. Okay, so those were the plugins that I wanted to show you guys that I use on a daily to for my work, and they're super handy, super convenient. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.